Let's start with quick questions. Have Has anyone here ever been cancelled online? Please raise your hand. Wow. Okay. Hi, my name is Han, and you can call me Han Shou Shou. And today I share my experience. As a content creator and a social media marketer, I've been constantly confronted with diverse opinions of others. And thus, I've created my own method of dealing with criticism until an online cancellation incident changed the way I view myself as well as my response to it. 1 year ago, I randomly discovered one YouTube video of some guy talking about me online. In this video, this guy was calling out my name for being toxic and promoted toxic productivity. At first, I thought this video kind of flopped because it only had like 3,000 views or something. So I told myself, okay, it's fine. It's just some random hater. I don't need to care. So I just ignored it. But surprisingly, 2 days later, this video blew up. It had 50,000 views on YouTube. And mind you, this guy even created a whole new TikTok account just to expose me. For your information, um, this this guy was calling out my name and specifically calling out 18 of my vlog in a series I named Chiến binh bóng tối, Dark Warrior. In this series, it was me chasing deadline from night to morning, eating instant ramen, and sometimes looking pale and exhausted. I thought I was just being hardworking and disciplined and was simply vlogging the whole journey that I was proud of. But turned out, people thought I was promoting toxic productivity, hustle culture, and workaholism. I panic. When someone attacks you, your defense mechanism kicks in. So I posted a clarification video explain why I did what I had to do. So at that time, I was running a social media agency, a clothing brand, and several side hustle projects that I have to own and run by myself. So basically, occasionally, I have to pull all-nighters to fulfill all of my responsibility with my client, with my employee, and my teammate. It was just a short period of mine, so I never meant to promote anything related to toxic productivity, and I thought it was unfair because people were framing 18 of my content as it represented my whole career, my whole life, and my whole channel, but it wasn't even 5% of my content. Um, After the clarification video, the comment section split into two sides. On one side, they agree with me. Some even thank me for helping them getting out of their bed and start their work. But on the other side, people still criticize me that I am the bad example of this generation and I will lead this generation toward burnout. I frustrated again and I did something that most people would do, seeking advice from senior and older mentors. Um, they told me I was fine. Um, they are just some random hater online and I don't need to care. So I told them I won't care. But I lied. I did care. That video haunted me for weeks. So I did something. One night, I decided to scroll down and rewatch all of my content, and especially that series, to find out, am I that guilty? And I felt two things. The first emotion was proud. I felt proud. If I could go back time, I would have not done it differently because I always had a big dream, and if I had done nothing, it would bury me. So luckily, I did something, even if sometimes it was controversial, and I was working on the thin line between my health and my dream. The second feeling was heartbreak. Looking closer, I saw a young woman hurting herself while smiling and filming about her endless crying. A woman who secretly knew that this lifestyle wasn't okay, but just kept going. Something clicked. I realized I had been so worried about being canceled online, but I am actually the one who canceling myself for this entire time because every time my body says sleep, I kept working. Every time the small voice in my head, like this lifestyle isn't sustainable, and I overrode it with a caption about discipline. I was the one who's silencing my own boundaries, my own pain, and dressing the silence up as productivity. There's a psychological term that explains this so clearly: cognitive tunneling. When your brain lock onto one target, like finish the deck, hit the deadline, prove yourself, your peripheral vision goes dark. So basically, at that time, I was blind. That's what happened to me. I genuinely couldn't see it myself. So thanks for the internet for the criticism. For the first time, I think I can actually hear criticism because criticism shouldn't be labeled as hate. It should be treated as information. Then you can calmly ask yourself, what part is true, what part isn't? What do I keep and what do I trash? I'm not telling you to listen to every piece of feedback and please everyone, because that trap chewed me up for months. Do I need to please these people? No, babe, you don't. But because if you start doing that, you're gonna lose yourself. But criticism can actually show you the other point of view that you cannot see on your own. Criticism sometimes show up doesn't prove that you were wrong, but it show up to give you the chance to look back and be better. Not better for them, but better for you. In my case, I spent a long time thinking whether I should completely shut down the Dog Warrior series and become a different kind of creator. But I realized something really simple. I actually love that series. I love documenting myself, my journey, and my work. I have no regret with that. And I realized the problem was never the ambition itself. The problem was the way I was living with it. So I knew I couldn't go back to Dark Warrior anymore. After struggling with my identity, my ego, and criticism, I created Chiến binh ánh sáng, like Warrior. It's almost the same. It's still me chasing deadline, doing my work, but in another direction, in different direction, because I realize people not only admire endurance, they also admire sense of balance. They admire people who can dream big without destroying themselves in the process. So instead of glamorizing these sleepless nights, I started waking up early, building my own lifestyle that's suitable for me and work for me. And surprisingly, luckily, people love it more than I expected. They told me they love the new version of me because it looked healthier, happier, and more inspiring. Phew. And which bring me to three biggest lessons that I have for myself and maybe for you guys too. First, filter the noise. The noise can be both intrusive and constructive. So please have your own filter. I know it's easier said than done because it requires maturity, experience, and story. But trust me, you need to have the sense of building your own filter. Not every filter deserves an access to your identity. So reject the attack and retain the insight. In my case, the warrior remained unchanged, but it just went from dark to light. And second lesson is ambition should illuminate your life, not consume it. Working hard is not the enemy, but if your dream requires you to slowly burning yourself out, destroying yourself in the process to prove that you're worth it, maybe you should change the method. And lastly, on the label. Once you filter the noise, what is left of the label people gave you can be owned and reinvented. In my case, it is hustler. For a long time, I was so scared being called a hustler because online that word sound ugly, exhausting, and unhealthy. But after everything happened, I realized I am actually a hustler and I've always been one. So I am a girl who dream a little too big, who get obsessed with idea, and who willing to work incredibly hard to have her own life. So I don't want to run away from the word hustler anymore. Because hustle can mean destroying yourself in the process, but it can also mean deeply alive, deeply driven, and fully committed to building your own dream life. So I'm learning to be the second one, the happier hustler, not the dark warrior anymore. So if you guys today walk out of this room and have some lesson, please filter the noise, adapt with honesty, and reclaim the part of yourself that the world almost convinced you to abandon. Filter, adapt, and reclaim. Thank you.